So thanks a million for taking some time this morning to join us. My name is Anna Downs and I am the CEO and the co-founder of Video Sherpa. And Video Sherpa it's a software platform that allows companies to take video production in-house and actually create their own video content exactly when they need it, with the right messaging, on time, on budget, and sharing it with their own audiences. We come from a video production background, so we've been able to translate our knowledge and expertise into a very simple to use platform that anybody can take, no prior experience necessary, and start making their own video content to share across all their social channels and websites, email campaigns and newsletters to reach and engage their audiences. So this morning, we're going to have a particular focus obviously on using video as a marketing tool in the higher education space. That is the focus of our talk this morning. So what I'd love is, obviously, as I go through this, if you have questions, please add them to the chat. And when we come to the end of the presentation, we'll happily go through them all and answer them for you. Okay, so Video Sherpa. It's a simple system. We've designed it in such a way that anybody can use it, as I said. It works with a regular smartphone camera. You film on your phone using our app. And then you edit the footage on your laptop or your desktop in the cloud. And the beauty of this is that you can collaborate at scale with your colleagues, with students, with people working from home or on campus. Wherever people are, they have access to the dashboard, and you can really start to find the benefit of that large scale collaboration. But because it's all hosted on the cloud, you also have access to your footage to reuse again and again and again in other video projects. So what you start to see is the value is building over time. And for every video that you create, you're saving your best footage into your own asset library that can be shared across the whole team and makes all your future video projects easier and easier to create. Because our background was video production, we understand that this was one of the major problems people had. Every time they wanted video, they had to outsource it to somebody and pay for every single brand new video they needed. And that just doesn't work anymore. We need video content so regularly that really the ability for people to create their own content exactly when they want it. So if you've got a news item, if you've got something you want to share, you don't want to have to schedule someone to come and film and look at draft edits and wait 3 or 4 days for that piece of video to be ready. You need to get it done, you need to get it out and share it as quickly as possible. And that's what we've built. That's the system that we're working with. And that's what we're, I suppose, trying to get people to kind of redefine their own video marketing strategy for their university, campus, organization, whatever it may be. So first of all, I want to show you what can be achieved on Video Sherpa. Some people might be afraid, oh, you're filming on a smartphone with a gimbal and some lapel mics. Really, is it going to be good enough quality? So I just want to show you a quick piece that was filmed in the Burren College of Art recently. And so you can actually see exactly what the kind of quality of it is like. So, oh, nice to hear an Irish accent. You're very welcome. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you a video of this is a short video that's kind of a promo for their summer workshop program. So I'll just play this video now. I won't play it all because it's a little over 2 minutes long, but it will give you a sense of the kind of quality that can be captured using our system, because our software is improving the quality of the footage as you film, as well as giving people a guided workflow to follow.
I don't think there's anything like it in Ireland. To build an art college in this spot is unique. This space is perfect for this place.
The college itself is also incredibly inspiring. The atmosphere here is really special. It's very unique. Probably got to do with the size of it, but also the ethos, you know, the way it's run and the people that are here it's small. It feels like a community and you feel kind of instantly at home here. After 2 or 3 days, you find that you're doing work that you never would have imagined that you could do, and it's very inspiring. And it's also easy, you know, it's not intimidating. I suppose that's the main thing. It's very encouraging, it's very inspiring.
It's a combination of both. The fact that we're working in the Burren, the light, and the camaraderie that exists between all the students from all the classes, not just ours. But year after year I get students coming back and back, and a lot of it is just not just my teaching, but the landscape and the light and everything else. No.
Okay, so that gives you a sense of the kind of content that you can easily create yourself and the quality that you can achieve using our app on your own smartphone camera with the media kit that we supply you with. The quality is just as good as you're going to get from a much more expensive rig. And obviously you're able to achieve this in exactly the moment that you want to capture that footage. So the mantra that Video Sherpa likes to get across is that you really want your footage to work as hard as possible for you. You want to be able to take those clips and put them into other video pieces that are going to be equally applicable, maybe with a slightly different message to a different audience. Or you might want to have your full 2 or 3 minute promo on your website, but you might want to create a nice little teaser trailer to share on social media that'll direct people to the longer piece of content. So with Video Sherpa, you can really, really easily achieve this. And really, this is the way we should all be approaching our video content, because obviously video right now is the way that people are most comfortable consuming information. And whether that's, you know, your millennial looking at college courses, whether that is more senior research figures looking to see, is a conference the right thing for them to attend? It's a great way to communicate a lot of information simply, visually, and effectively. So by being able to multi-purpose your own video clips and use them in lots of different ways on different platforms for different audiences, you're really going to get massive amounts of benefit for the work that you're putting in. So the next video I want to show you is, we did just that. So we have our long promo here talking about the workshops at the Byrne College of Art. And then there's a simple short
This space is perfect for this
for
place.
social media.
I find the Byrne itself really inspiring, which is, I suppose, the main thing about the college.
But lovely studios here and lovely spaces, and we are surrounded by nature.
So after 2 or 3 days, you find that you're doing work that you never would have imagined that you could do. You know, it's not intimidating. I suppose that's the main thing. It's very encouraging. It's very inspiring.
I found that I've made lifelong friends through here already, and it's wonderful.
So that's a short 30-second promo that we were able to make quickly using the same footage that we shot for the longer promo, but obviously just putting it together in a much more snappy, short way, focusing on just the clear benefits to the participants. And a little bit more kind of graphic text on screen, now enrolling your call to action at the end, and get people to maybe go to the website, watch the longer promo, really understand what it is that the college is offering, and then hopefully obviously to sign up or sign a friend up. So it's just clever, it's just a smarter way of using your own time and resources for your own benefit and using video in this kind of way. So there are examples of some of the types of videos that you can easily create using Video Sherpa. So now I just want to show you how easy it is to actually put it together yourself, and to hopefully convince you that this is something that you can easily take in-house and to be able to master it yourself. So the next video I'm showing you now is how the actual filming app works. So as I mentioned at the start, Video Sherpa it's a software platform. You film the content on your own smartphone using our app. And our app is doing a couple of things for you. One, it's improving the quality of the footage by adjusting and automating some of the actual camera settings in your own phone. But we're also providing you with a step-by-step filming guide so that you have a much better understanding of how much footage you need for a video, the different mixture of wide shots and mid shots and close-ups that are going to elevate the quality of your footage, that takes it from being just, you know, a so-so piece of amateur footage into a really effective piece of video marketing content. So let me show you how that works. So you log into your account on the phone and you go to create a new video project. So first things first, you have to fill in some information. Obviously, you give your video a new title, and you decide, are you going to film landscape or square? Square obviously suitable for Instagram, landscape better for Facebook, YouTube, websites, and so on. Next, how long do you want that piece of footage to be? What kind of video are you creating? And are there going to be interview pieces in it or not? So we take, let me go back there a tiny bit. We take all of that information and we give you a recommended shot list based on the information that you've just put in there. So in this video, for instance, it's being shot landscape mode. You want a 60-second video by the end of it. And yes, there are going to be interview pieces in it. So the recommended shot list is for 15 wide shots, 32 mid shots, 9 close-ups, and at least 2 interview pieces. So there is your recommended shot list, and it's quite specific. It's telling you exactly how many clips you're definitely going to need and the right mixture so that you have a lovely mix of wide shots and close-ups. And it's this mixture that we as consumers are used to seeing. This is what we see all the time. We don't just analyze it and break it down, but that's what we're normally getting. And by helping you to film it in that way, we're making sure that the videos you create are equally as good as what you see online. So your shot list is going to sit on screen as you do your filming. And as you touch the screen to go from wide shot to mid shot to close up, we're adjusting the focal point in your phone. So we're changing the focus for you. And all of these B-roll shots, you film for up to 10 seconds at a time. And this bears, I suppose, going into a little more detail. When people start making their own video content for the first time, one of the things that they struggle with is they don't know how much footage they're going to need. And the tendency is actually to film way too much. So they've wasted time filming footage that they're just going to edit out, and that it's going to be left on the cutting room floor, as we say. So they've wasted time filming, uploading, editing, when really, in fact, you just need a smaller number of really good, concise shots. So what we've done is we've given you a filming workflow that helps you to film in that way. So all of your B-roll shots, they're just 10 seconds long. Your B-roll are the shots that are going to tell the story, if you like, to bring your story alive. So wide shots, mid shots, and close-ups, just 10 seconds long, each one. So you're filming 10 seconds of Kieran typing on the laptop. You might film 10 seconds of somebody writing in their notebook, 10 seconds of somebody pouring a cup of coffee, whatever the case may be. You're never going to use 10 seconds in your finished video, but at least it helps you to be focused, to get the shots that you need, stop and move on. Your interview pieces, though, can be up to 60 seconds long. And that is actually plenty of time to get someone to speak on camera, deliver their message. And what you're actually trying to encourage people to do is sum up their messaging and to deliver it in a very succinct way so that the viewer clearly understands what is being said and can follow the storyline as you're saying it. So obviously we would always encourage people to at least storyboard, if not fully script their videos before they start. It really helps the person on screen to deliver their messages in nice, concise sound bites, which is exactly what you need to edit your video together in the end. Now, obviously, the guide is there to give you a good steer. It's not prescriptive. If you want to film more or less, you can. That's completely up to yourself. And you can keep going. I mean, if somebody is tripping over their words, that's not a problem. It's not like it's going to cut you off if you haven't filmed the required 2 or 3 different pieces that we've recommended. Once you're finished filming, you simply upload your footage to the cloud. And because most of the shots are quite short, the footage uploads really, really quickly once you've got Wi-Fi or 4G. So you can actually have somebody filming on campus and somebody back in maybe in the office starting to edit that footage live. And this is particularly great if you want to get a series of videos out over the course of an event. So let's say, for example, you are having, and I know obviously so many things have been affected by lockdown, but let's say during graduations, you want to get some videos out throughout the day. So you can have a couple of people on campus filming nice little clips of, families or friends celebrating and so on. Somebody back in the office is editing those small little packages together and pushing them out on social media throughout the day. So you're really helping to sort of get across the excitement, the enthusiasm of the day, and to get that energy and communicate that with your online audiences as well as those on campus. So that's your filming environment. That's all of your filming done. Now, the footage has gone to the cloud. So I'm now going to show you how we do the editing on the laptop. So I'll stop sharing the videos and I'm going to go to share my desktop. Let me see now. It's the trickier bit. So I hope you can now see the dashboard on Video Sherpa, which is the edit suite that we have built. So Video Sherpa, as I said, it's in the cloud, which means you just log on to videosherpa.com, log into your own account, and when an organization signs up with us, they can have as many users on that organization as they like. There's no additional cost for extra people. And this is especially effective for colleges and universities because it frees you up to have a lot of different people involved in creating content right across the whole organization. So whether people are in different colleges, schools and departments, whether that is actually student groups, students union, whether that's from the accommodation, student services point of view, whether it's sports and facilities, you can free it up and you can have lots of different people involved in filming content, in putting draft videos together. But you have the safety mechanism that there is an approvals process. So you have standard users who can access the app, film footage, draft edits, but you have admin users who are the ones who sign off on projects before they're going to be published onto the college social media channels. So it really frees you up in terms of having a lot more collaborative content being created and obviously seeing different people's points of view, but still knowing that the quality of what is being shared is going to adhere to your own brand guidelines and isn't something that you're not going to want to see on your own social channels. So you have someone who's shot some footage for you. How do you actually put the video together? So that's the next thing I'm going to show you. So when you have your footage that comes off the phone and you've synced it to the cloud, it's going to sort all of your footage into different folders for you. So all of your wide shots will be together, your mid shots will be together, your close-ups are all in one folder, and your interview pieces are all in one folder. Now, we would always recommend that people start by editing their interview pieces because you need to get your story. You need to have your narrative right.
It's a combination of
and
both.
Then you can add your B-roll footage to bring that story to life. So it makes much more sense to approach it that way. So when you want to edit a clip, you simply click on it.
Well, I think it's a combination of both. The fact that we're working in the Borough.
It'll start to play automatically. You can obviously adjust volume. You can just trim the clip to use the piece that you want. You just drag in these yellow arrows, and just for the sake of showing you how this is done, I'm going to bring it in quite small. So I'm going to trim it down to those 4 seconds. I'm going to play that trimmed piece to make sure I'm happy.
The fact that we're working in the Borough, the light.
Now obviously that's a bit short, but for the sake of demonstration. So I've trimmed it down to just the few pieces I want, and I can add that clip to my timeline. So that's going to go into my interview piece here. So I can decide where I'm going to add it by moving this arrow, moving this bar. So if I want the clip
it's a
to appear here,
of both.
I can just
the
add
fact
it in here.
that it's a combination of both.
Or I could decide I want to add it in later on in my video. And you just go through all your interview pieces and you do the exact same thing. You just click on them, they'll start to play, and you trim them down to the piece that you want to use in your finished video. Now, you remember I said earlier on that where Video Sherpa becomes very helpful is that you can save really good clips into the library and reuse them again in future projects. And this is where you do that. So if this particular clip with Trevor was something that I know I could use again and again in other video projects, well, then I can just add it to the library. And when I click add to library, I have to give it a tag. So I have to call it something and then save it to the library. So I know this lecturer is called Trevor. So I'm going to save that into my library. And I'll get a message to say it's been successfully saved. Thank you very much. Now that clip is in my library and it can be used by anybody. who has access to the account. So this again makes it so useful for colleges and universities, where you might have 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 different people on campus with a user account filming different kinds of video projects. But if they're all saving their best clips into the library, then you're all able to access that and reuse that footage again and again in your own video projects. So it becomes especially useful, for example, footage that you would all share, like campus footage, footage of facilities, of, the quad on a gorgeous sunny day, or, all of these kind of clips, that it just means that you don't have to go out and film them from scratch every single time. So you're getting the benefit of everybody's work. And when you're in a video and you want to have a look through the library and see is there something that you can use, you simply click Add from Library, and then you can just scroll through your own library of footage there and see is there something appropriate to add in. Or if you know exactly what you're looking for, obviously, you can just type it into the search bar and add it either as a piece of B-roll footage or add it as a piece of interview footage. Now you can also import external content. So if you have JPEGs or PNG files that you'd like to add, if you have maybe some slides from a presentation, maybe the board of management are giving a presentation, or the foundation of the university are giving a presentation to potential funders, investors, then you might like to import some slides from some reports. Or you can import external video footage. So you might have drone footage of the campus, you might have some footage from one of your faculty speaking at a conference. All of those things can be easily imported and added into your own video clips as well. What's left to do then really is to add captions. You can add obviously captions that suit your own branding, so the font, the color, the size, the position on screen, it's all completely up to yourself. There is a music library. There's about 50 tracks there that are fully licensed on Shutterstock that you can use, or you can upload your own audio tracks as long as they're licensed. And then the final thing to do is to add your logo. Again, you can decide the positioning on screen, and then you want to preview how it all comes together. You can go back and make any changes, and once you're happy, hit save and render. So save and render, that is where our software will adjust the color contrast and the color balance of your video to make sure that it's really nice and vibrant on screen. And we obviously add all of the different cuts that you've made, add your logo, add your text, add your music to make sure that your finished video is perfect. So once your video is ready, and that depends on how long it is. So a 3-minute video would typically take maybe 15 to 20 minutes to render. And then you're ready to share it. On the platform, and you want to share your draft footage with a colleague. There's an ability within the system to just communicate with each other in real time and to collaborate on it and to kind of get ideas and share ideas for how it could be perhaps improved, for example. So all you do is click in here, go to comments, and you can just type a message to whoever you want and send it. And you can decide who in the team is going to receive that particular video. So I'm going to send it to Andrew. So you can decide to message each other over and back, and they can make, so you can be communicating over and back on draft footage and draft edits, and you can see there now I'm waiting for approval. So until I get approval by the admin on the account, I'm not able to share this directly onto social media channels. But once I get approval, I can share it directly because we have integrated social media channels straight onto your dashboard. So with one click, you can share it out to your YouTube channel, your Facebook page, your Twitter feed. You can obviously download your footage and put it up on your website. You can copy and paste the links to include into email campaigns, newsletter campaigns. So really you have multiple options in terms of what you want to do with your videos. So the other thing to take note of really is, because we're so conscious that obviously everybody now is communicating with lots of different audiences, and you need to shape your message to really suit the different audiences and to make sure that the information is particularly relevant to them. So if I have a video done like we just did there, I have a long, 2 minutes, 45-second promo of a summer workshop program. But I want to create a version of that going out. For example, let's say I wanted to promote that as a Christmas gift idea. Let's say I wanted to do, vouchers as a Christmas gift. So I want to create a version of that video with totally different messaging, and it's probably not going to be as long. It's going to be much, much faster. So what I can do is I can actually duplicate my videos. I can just click duplicate. It'll create an exact copy, and then I can go back in and re-edit that, change out my messaging, change out my call to action, and have a second version of that ready for a totally different audience within minutes. And it just makes your life so much easier than having to start from scratch, trying to create a brand new video every time. Other things to say, you can record voiceover onto your videos if you don't have anybody speaking on camera. You can add closed captions so that your videos are more accessible to people perhaps with hearing difficulties. And obviously, all of your footage is securely hosted on Video Sherpa. We're a Microsoft Azure partner, so all of your footage is securely hosted on Microsoft Azure servers in the EU. So that's it. We have a whole library of short little tutorials that people can watch and continue to improve and get ideas for shots. So we're really here to support our clients in terms of not only getting comfortable using the system, but continuously improving their use of the system. So that's how easy it is to use Video Sherpa to create video content. But I suppose the other thing I really wanted to share and kind of make particularly for this discussion today is actually to talk about how video can be useful in higher education environments, particularly at the moment. And there's certain challenges going on that, I'm going to have to stop sharing for 1 second. Pardon me. Optimized for video. Okay, we'll go again. So I hope you can see my PowerPoint presentation there, which is specifically focusing on video and higher education, some of the kind of challenges that are being faced by this particular sector at the moment, and how video can really make inroads and make your lives that much easier right now. So obviously, I suppose it goes without saying that video is just one of the most prevalent ways of communication right now. As consumers, we're on the receiving end of it in our inboxes, on our social media channels all the time. And that is true from executives at board level right down to, to teens really, between TikTok and Instagram, Facebook video live. It's such a great way to communicate content quickly, effectively. We retain more that we see. So anyway, the video revolution has absolutely happened. I think there's no doubt about that. To be, I suppose, clear on exactly how video is of benefit to universities and colleges, to understand how influential it can be for your particular audience demographic, and just how much that your prospective students are being influenced by video content, whether that is sort of, polished footage that the college puts out, or more informal content created by the students and the alumni. And because Video Sherpa allows you to have as many users on the platform as you like, you can really start to use your student voice and enable them to become users on your own platform, because they can create draft films of, what's it like to be a student in your particular college, what's it like to be a student in your particular city and town, but that footage isn't being shared until you've signed off on it. So it really gives you that great freedom to reflect the student voice authentically and allow their stories to get out, but you're managing the system very, very easily for yourself. I mean, for, I suppose, the next couple of months, some of the real challenges facing colleges and universities will be how to replace the in-person experience. So if the open evenings and open days are more restricted, if schools aren't going to be allowing the careers fairs and your ability to meet these potential students face-to-face, then you've got to get your information to them where they are. And where they are is online. There's no doubt about that. So what they're, I suppose, interested in right now is, well, what is my college experience going to be like? How has it changed from what I would have expected it to be before COVID hit? There will be potentially a swing in demand for different types of courses. This obviously happens from time to time, and I think already they're starting to see trends moving towards, more nursing applications, more medicine applications, more biomedical engineering, all of these kind of frontline careers that have been so prominent in the media for the last number of months, starting to see trends in greater enrollment and greater interest in these programs. But because the ability to have on-campus days and in-school visits has lessened, then the online peer influence is actually only going to grow. And students are going to spend even more time researching their potential colleges online. So providing them with the information they want, where they want it, in the format that they want it, is going to be even more important for colleges this year. And being able to create that content yourself really makes sense. And that's where Video Sherpa can really come to your aid. I mean, video, we call it the Swiss Army knife of marketing, because you can put it to so many different uses. And the beauty of it is you're not starting from scratch each time. You're able to reuse your own content, repurpose it, different messaging for different platforms and different audiences. And these are just some of the ideas that you can do. And I'm sure many of you are doing a lot of them already, from actually just overviews of the college, promos, to specific course introductions, virtual open days, testimonials, alumni success stories, spotlight on research, student facilities, sports, support facilities. Is there accommodation previews? There's so many different things. I mean, you're never going to run out of ideas for content within a university environment, because it's rich, it's heaving with stories. You have so many students, each has their own experience. You've thousands of alumni whose stories are really, really valuable and effective. So really, there's no excuse. You're never going to run out of stories to tell, that's for sure. But it's about creating different pieces of content for all of your audiences and making sure that they are authentic, that the stories are true, and it's not overly polished. You want it to be, really much first-person storytelling, which is what's so effective. You want to be able to customize it, share it on the channels where your audiences are, and you want to be able to reuse that footage very, very, cleverly and easily, in order to make sure that you're getting out to all of the different people as quickly and as easily as possible, including the student-generated content itself. So that is how Video Sherpa can help you guys with your video marketing strategies for higher education. I hope you've enjoyed this morning. I hope you found it beneficial. Videosherpa.com is where you can find us, and we're always here to have a chat, to brainstorm a strategy idea if you've got one, to show you how the platform works in more detail, or to take it further and actually have a team demonstration for your own organization. So thank you so much for your time. I'm happy to take questions, so let me stop sharing and jump into the Q&A. So, Biteable, all the videos are pre-made. Do you think real-time videos are more preferable? My feeling on Biteable is obviously it's got a place, but the issue with stock footage is that stock footage does not represent your particular university or college, your place. And if it is your particular university or college that you're trying to attract someone to, then using stock footage of a generic looking campus and generic looking students isn't going to give them that authentic sense of what they could, what they would expect to see when they come to your college. So look, Biteable has its place, absolutely. But when you want to show somebody what it's going to be like to study in your university, to actually live on campus, to live in the city, to experience life as a student, then there's no way that you can use stock footage to achieve that effectively. So I think you need to have a balance. Yes, you've downloaded the app, but it's looking for a password, but I haven't signed up. You need a password because you need to have an account before you sign up. So I'd be happy to talk to you about having an account after this, but the Sherpa app is part of the platform. Video Sherpa is end-to-end, so it's the filming app, the editor, hosting, the publishing, and the communications, and the video library. It's all in one system. So I'm afraid you have to have an account to use it. How much content can you upload to the cloud on your account? What is the capacity? There is no upper limit in terms of content. And we thought long and hard about this, because a lot of other video editors, there are limits in terms of what you can have on your hosted. we went the opposite route because we understand that having lots of different people filming footage, saving their best clips into the library, and that library being accessible to everybody is just invaluable. So why would we want to cut that off? The way Video Sherpa is structured is when you sign up to a subscription, you choose what level of subscription you want, and that's based on how many videos per year you want to publish. So we have a limit in terms of the footage that you're sharing, but not in terms of the hosting. Thank you, Uninformed. Delighted you found it good. Can I add captions to each clip? Yes, you can add captions to all clips, no clips, 1 clip, 2 clips. It's entirely up to yourself, completely customizable. Is there a limit to how many users? No, you can have as many users as you like using the platform. As I said, you have standard users who can film footage, create draft edits, but only your admin users can approve projects before they're published. And because all of that happens on the cloud, it just means that footage is being created, edited, approved in real time. It can happen instantaneously. You're not having to retransfer a file, wait for someone to have a look at it, and then email you back with changes that they wanted. It can all happen on the dashboard. It can happen wherever people are. If people are at home, if they're on campus, if they're away at a conference, if they're traveling, they can just go on their phone, have a quick look at the video, approve it there, and then so the content is getting out there as quickly as you want it to, and it's being shared just as quickly as it's being finished. Product seems to be suitable for absolute beginners. What about more seasoned producers? What sort of support is there for getting with a little experience up and running? Do you offer a training package? Yes, we do extensive training. So when somebody signs up with us, there is an initial training session with the team, and then the team is given maybe a week or 10 days to actually get their first videos under their belt. And then we'll have a second training session where we dive a little bit deeper. They've had a chance to explore it, to try it out for themselves. And we go again and look at the different types of videos that they want to create and make sure our training is very much tailored to what their experience is. We're here constantly for customer support, obviously. And then the other thing is you have access to our tutorial library of short videos, and that's available either on the app. So if you're out filming and you're not sure how to deal with something, you can quickly go on the app and have a look at a video, or it's available on the dashboard. So you can constantly improve your own filming techniques, ideas for shots, ideas for backdrops, how to deal with light, how to do better interview pieces. So we're constantly here as a training resource for people, absolutely. Thank you, Nancy. Can you upload footage if you have not used the app? So in the editor, you can import external content, yes. It is preferable, and that's fine for a couple of clips. If you have shot everything on another device and you want to import absolutely everything into your editor, depending on how long that video is, I would suggest that it is better, it's preferable to use the filming app, because obviously the app is designed to help you film in the best way possible. But you can certainly import other content, yes, you can. You mentioned there are 50 tracks in the music library from Shutterstock. Do you have to purchase these? No, these are included in your account. We are very nice people and we have paid for this for you. So these are fully licensed. You can use them as many times as you want. There's absolutely no restrictions on those. If there are other clips you'd like to use, yes, you have to source them, license them yourself, and then you can import them. Can you add music? Yes, there are 50 tracks there that you can choose from and add those. So, great, I think that's it. Thank you so much this morning for coming on, and please, by all means, get in touch. You can reach me personally at anna@videosherpa.com. Please go on our website. We'll be sharing this recording, so if you would like to share it with colleagues, please do. And if you are interested in having a more in-depth conversation around how Video Sherpa could help your particular institution, then obviously we'd be very happy to have that with you. So thank you so much this morning, guys, and hopefully we'll chat to you again soon. Take care.